Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how to do your womb healing castor oil massage. Now I'm showing you on Allie, but you're actually going to do this on yourself. It's just easier for me to show you on someone else. So you can do this at the end of your period. So you don't want to do it when you're heavily bleeding, but the last day where it's just like a light drip, or the day after your period ends, that's a great time to do it. You don't want to do it before your period, like right before your period is about to come. There's just too much going on there and it might be just a little too intense. If you have really intense cramps or endometriosis or fibroids, then you should actually try to do this every month, even twice a month. If your period is pretty mellow and not too intense or anything, you could just do the nice massage with the healing essential oil blend, but you don't need to use the castor oil every time. So I like to start by just using the back of my hand to get a sense of temperature of the abdomen. And ideally, you want the area below your belly button to be warmer than the area above your belly button. But on most people, or many women who have menstrual issues, including on Allie, the area above the belly button is significantly warmer. So that means that there's blockage above and deficiency below. So I'll make note that I definitely want to do some moxa on Allie at some point on her lower abdomen. It's also really hot on the sides. So that's also a good indication that there's some stagnation, there's blockage, there's heat. And then this area right under the rib cage is considered the liver area. The liver channel runs around right through here, and that's a little warm too. So there might be some liver inflammation or just some tension in there. So that's just good to note right when you start to get a sense of what's kind of happening in there. So then to start, you'll get your healing massage oil. This is my favorite. This is actually a blend of different essential oils that are so delicious. So it's sweet marjoram, clary sage, ylang ylang, cypress, chamomile, and lavender, and geranium. So you can just start by just kind of getting your hands on your belly and always go in a clockwise motion. You'll follow the length of the intestines. So you go up the ascending colon, across the transverse colon, and down the descending colon. And it's just good to kind of get your body used to your touch, get the oils in. And you can start to kind of feel, like I'll feel with my hands, but you'll feel, you have the benefit of feeling both with your hands, but also what it feels like internally. So I could start to feel some kind of just something happening over here, little areas where it's a little more tense. Okay. And so what you want to do is start right in the middle of where the rib cage meets, under the breastbone. And this is the Ren line, the Ren channel. It's also called the conception vessel. So it's really important for everything related to menstruation. And you'll just kind of gently start to work your way down. And you'll feel like there's just areas where it's a little icky or a little tighter, a little more tension. It might even hurt a little bit, but you don't want to cause yourself excruciating pain. But you'll just feel those areas where it's a little tense. There's an expression in Chinese that says where there's pain, there's lack of movement. And when there's lack of movement, there's pain. So we don't want to avoid the pain, but you don't want to cause yourself like serious distress. But just notice where it's a little painful or tender and just kind of spend a little bit more time there. And you want to work your way all the way to right above the pubic bone. And I like to do 3 passes. Just spending a little bit more time in those kind of tender areas. And for the purpose of this video, I'm kind of going a little bit faster, but if you have an area that feels like it really just wants your attention, you could spend 10 minutes there if you want. I'm kind of speeding through it just for the sake of the massage, for the video, but. Okay, so next what we'll do is we're going to follow the line of the rib cage. So this area is related to liver. So really it's great for detoxifying your whole digestive area. So again, you'll kind of find this ridge and you kind of want to get under there and really just feel what's happening in there. For some people, this is really intense. For some people, it feels really nice. And you want to work your way down. Is this okay? All the way to the side of your body where your rib cage kind of wraps around. So you're hitting the liver meridian, the gallbladder meridian. This massage is great for working on all your digestive organs, which are so closely related to your reproductive organs. And again, you'll do 3 passes here. And on some people who have more heat, you might get really red, like release a lot of heat and get really red on your skin, and that's fine and normal. And you can use see, it's really cold on this side, so you'll notice differences in temperature. It's really tense and cold right here. So you'll find that, like, if you notice an area that just kind of feels really sticky or stuck to you or just a little more tender, just be sure to really spend some time there. And the next time you do your massage, focus in on there too. You'll just kind of gently rub. And you're pushing in, you start off kind of shallow, and then by the 3rd pass, you can really, like, I'm probably getting an inch deep. So you really want to get in there. We're really working on all of your organs. Okay, so now I'm going to get your castor oil, which I've been heating up in my hot towel cabbie, but you can actually put it in some hot water or boiling water if that's helpful for you, just because you want it to be warm. You definitely don't want to put cold oil on your body right now. So I'm going to use a few good pumps of castor oil and then also combine it with a little bit more of the essential oil blend. And we'll just really get it all over her abdomen. And you can use a lot of it. The castor oil is really thick and heavy, so it really gets absorbed in and then kind of really helps to break up any blockage or stagnation. So you get like a few good tablespoons on here. And then again, you can just slowly kind of start to palpate and feel what's happening in here. If there's any areas of tenderness, or you also want to look for areas of emptiness where it just feels like your hand might just kind of fall in there. Because typically when we feel that, on either end of it, there might be a blockage. Yeah, something going on in there. Woo! So you might find that right after you do this massage, you might have to go to the bathroom. So definitely do this when you have time afterwards to rest a little bit. Take some time to use the bathroom if you need to. And so you want to start from right above your hip bone here and kind of work your way up. I'm going fast just for the purpose of this video, but you can really go slow and kind of feel what's happening. Work your way right up to that area right under the rib cage and then across. And we're getting pretty deep in here at this point. We go across again until we hit that other side rib cage and then work down. Ooh. And definitely do that at least 3 times too, but spend as much time on each area as you need. Like if you're feeling that it's just really tense, get in there. You don't need to rush through it like I am. Okay, and now we'll start with this lower area, so right above this pubic bone. And I like to start right at the midline, so I put my hand right where the pubic bone is and then starting from right above that. We just kind of, not too deep at first, we'll get deeper, but just kind of work our way up. So right above that line of your pubic bone, if you go right above there and push in, you can actually feel your uterus. And I like to actually work my hands around it and kind of just get a sense of like, is it tight in there? Is it really tense? Does it seem like it's just kind of hanging out there nicely, or does it feel like it's really kind of like stuck a little bit? And I just kind of work my way up, and you'll feel areas where it feels intense to touch, but also you could feel with your fingers area where it might be like a little bumpy or a little lumpy. So I don't like to keep count or be too concerned with like the exact number of passes. I just really like to focus in on what I'm feeling. Ooh, is this okay? Mm-hmm. And just kind of spend some time with the areas that you feel a little tension. But when you're just starting out, if you're not sure what to do, you just kind of want to work your way up both sides of the uterus, is basically up from your pubic bone to like the belly button area. And I kind of work up the middle and then extend kind of laterally outward. And you'll work all the way out ultimately to where you hit those hip bones. Also work your way up on those sides. And again, you can see how deeply I'm getting in there. It shouldn't feel painful, but don't shy away from sensation. Sensation is really good and important. And so this really helps strengthen the uterus and kind of tone the uterus, but also mostly clear out any blockages, any areas where there's stagnation, where there's lack of movement. We want the blood and the chi to be really flowing to the uterus, to the ovaries, to the fallopian tubes. So that's it. You'll kind of, really get in there. This whole thing should probably last you at least 10 minutes. You could spend as much time as you want, but I would say try to give yourself a good 10 minutes. You don't need to rush through it. And then afterwards, if you just kind of want to go clockwise again around, just to kind of soothe the area, soothe your body. It's really beneficial to all of your organs. And make sure that you drink a ton of water after you do this, because you really want to flush out all of your organs and also help clear out and wash away any toxins that have been released, which there will be a lot of toxins released. After you've done the massage portion of the castor oil pack, it's really great to let the castor oil penetrate, which takes some time. So I like to apply a little bit more warm castor oil, and then we'll take that castor oil pack that you prepared, we'll open it up, and it should be nice and warm, and we'll just lay it right over the belly. And make sure that the castor oil extends down to your uterus area, and then we'll just put the hot towel over it. And then to keep it warm, you could put a few more hot towels over it. And I like to just rest there with it on for about 30 minutes, just really letting the castor oil have time to penetrate.